I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember the names of some of these people, so you might have
No,
to
I don't
refresh
remember
me.
anyone's name.
Alright, so we got Siege, Onslaught,
Mm.
Screamer, Stalker, Lockdown, Officer Chairman, Devora,
Yeah.
Soundwave, Pounder, Sentinel,
Hey.
Barrage, Daddy Darkness, Craven,
Oh yeah.
Trance, Dr. Brains, Snip, Barking Beast, and X7.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's ringing bells.
Yeah.
I
Boys,
love
you ready for
Pounder
this?
Beast.
Yep.
Alrighty. Is
Right.
the only right answer
Hold on, hold on.
that we will see
Uh,
tonight?
You mean the jack of all trades, loser garbage person who isn't good at anything? Is that how he was described, right?
Jack of all
Ye-
trades, master of none. That is.
Yeah,
Weird
Jack,
guy we keep
Master of None.
around
He
for
just
extra
I,
activities.
well, he's a jack of all trades, so I feel like B tier is where he'd want to be, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
He's like the
By
crew,
description.
like in theater. He's just the crew. He's just there
no.
if we
He was
need
like,
him.
put him up the C tier because he's got the drip. He's got lizard
True,
man.
true.
does he have the drip?
No,
I
he
We'll put him
agree.
at C
He's
for
D
now.
tier. D tier, bro.
No.
I think he just got
Yes,
Garbage
he
RP.
did.
dog water.
Look at
Doesn't he
this
get
man.
immediately killed in the next movie?
His doppelganger does, yeah. 'Cause-
Yeah, he was absent for part 2.
yeah.
Right.
Solutionator Saga's got to him.
He just had to
Mhm.
immediately die because he had no other compromise.
Yup.
Movie
This
had to
is
be done.
sounding like a D tier to me. But D
No.
tier's fine.
No.
He's at C tier for now. He'll probably go back, but we'll see.
Right.
Are we gonna include the body double version in the tier list too? Like, does that get us into
Body double
different
version's S tier.
That death was
He should,
amazing.
at least he showed up.
That is true. That is true. Alright. Let's go ahead and get S tier out of the way.
Lockdown, dude.
Lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
He's
Who's
iconic,
acting?
man.
He's actually got a character arc. Kind
He
of.
does.
He's
True.
got backstory.
Mhm. He's got
Man,
a
that's
chip.
great.
He's
He
Yeah,
had
got
to
a chip in
explain
him.
it, but it still exists.
It is
Yeah.
He's a
weird how
formulated character.
fleshing out your characters makes for interesting storytelling.
Yeah,
It is kind of
true.
weird. And why show it when you could just tell the audience? You
And that
Yeah,
they're a jack of all
exactly.
trades and they're garbage, and you don't need to be concerned about them.
know?
We didn't
Yeah.
have time to set the mystery arc, okay? We didn't have time to like.
Did Sentinel actually say anything in the movies?
No, not really. I don't,
Wait,
he might
hold
have
on.
said
actually don't think he did. I'm
Did he-
he
curious.
might have said one little line.
I think he might have said they're coming when we were sprinting through the woods.
Dude,
He definitely.
They're
That's a
coming.
very Camden thing to do. I feel like he probably did,
I think he might.
which is it's a banger line, but
I
like
feel like everyone said they're coming at some point in the series.
you need to make
Better
a
or
compilation of that.
I already made a
No,
crappy
no,
version
dude,
of
that's
Let's
really
Go,
funny.
and it cuts out so you can't even hear each one.
If you do it, if
Yeah.
you do a
It's very
coming
sus.
compilation,
You ready to hear this? That's good. All right, continue.
right?
Moving on. Let's go to Screamer. What do we think about Screamer?
B tier,
Dude.
garbage character, superpower dumb. I hate him.
Wow, jeez.
Speaking from experience,
We seem to have
But-
some personal vendetta here, but
Screamer.
think-
I was gonna say S tier, but I guess D
No,
tier.
he's not.
I
A?
like that.
No way.
B
He's like
tier.
B.
A or
No,
B?
no, his quesadilla with it is real good, and his gun's real good. So yeah, A tier, A tier.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
He's
Yeah.
it's
got
good.
defining characteristics. I feel like every character you play stands out in some way.
Yeah.
Lockdown's definitely the most like standout, but Screamer's pretty good too. Like I remember my parents watching him, and they'd always laugh at whenever you were doing stuff on screen. Not in like a mocking way, but like because
No,
the
not in a
stuff he did
mocking
was
way. Oh
funny.
man, you were great,
Definitely not.
Thank you, thank you.
dude. I like the scene where you actually screamed. What movie was that?
That was episode 4, bro.
Everything good
No
happened
way.
in episode 4.
No way, bro.
the
gonna
end
do an
screamer.
analysis video.
Maybe, hey,
Episode
maybe it
4.
wasn't so bad. Maybe it wasn't so bad.
We
I'm
might
coming
need to
around to it.
change that.
No, it was a gem. It was a gem in that. It was diamond in the rough in episode 4. It's diamond in the rough.
I guess it's so bad that the things that are good really stand out.
This is the end screamer. Best scene.
A tier just for that scene being in that movie.
I agree. I agree.
That line's so confusing.
Like, is he talking to himself?
As he wins the battle. It's a good scene,
This is
man.
the end.
Like, he kind of sets it up when he gets his gun. He's like, "Oh yeah, my screamer."
Yeah,
And
he's
then-
like talking about his gun to like a person.
It's iconic. Like, you know, like you can't say that's a bad scene. I mean, that's stunning. You know.
I know.
Honestly, put him to C tier. I think we've proven enough.
No,
But we're all
No,
just
This is
saying
only
good things
swaying
about
him
him.
more towards A.
Yeah,
A tier
these are all
seems
good
to me.
qualities. All good
Yes.
qualities.
Mr. Siege Man up
Mr.
next.
Siege.
Siege. Alright,
He's the most vanilla
what is his
person of all
character?
time.
What is his character? What, like,
He's the leader,
What-
bro.
Dude,
is
he's
that his only character trait?
Here's my
Is being
defense.
the leader?
Let
yeah,
me
let's
let
hear him
me.
out. Let's hear him out. Let's hear him out.
Let the
So-
man defend.
A lot of times in like comic book media or something, when there's superhero teams, the leader is kind of like a sideline role who stands as just like a figure of authority, and it serves only plot purposes rather than character purposes, as a
Alrighty.
person who's
And-
just there to establish
You are the
certain
Wonder
guidelines.
Bread of
Now,
the
here's the
series.
thing. Here's the thing. If he mostly drives the plot of movies, then he should be B tier because the average of all the good plots and all the bad plots in the movies.
Yeah,
So
I
B
agree.
tier-
B tier actually.
Yeah.
He's kind of a medium for the viewer to just kind of exist without,
That is true.
They need the leader stereotype.
you know,
They
it's
need
kind
a
of like when you're
character
playing
driving
a
the plot.
Golden Retriever. of
when
a
you're playing a
person.
third-person shooter game, like that's what Siege is, right? He's just the
Yeah.
character for things to happen
Exactly.
around.
You know what?
Nothing
B is
special.
fine. I would disagree, but I think B is okay.
What would you say he is?
Yeah, lower or
C
higher.
tier.
C
Whoa!
Oh,
C tier. C tier.
C tier.
Below C tier.
Why do you say
Below.
C tier?
What's
Is
the
he
guy's
just
name? I
vanilla?
literally forgot his name.
Siege.
What's his? No, I mean C tier guy. Yeah, it's character. Who is that?
Sentinel.
Sentinel.
C tier
Yeah.
guy.
Above Sentinel. I think Sentinel should be in D tier. So
No, okay. I think Sentinel has
there's no case to
has
make
a
because there's
certain
nothing to
presence, you know?
provide. He just exists and says
He's
nothing.
taking off the vibe.
He's just there to freaking run, bro.
So that's
It's
throwing off
fine.
my whole
God.
thing.
It's more than
because
some characters.
I'm accounting for him being in C tier, but I don't feel like he should be. So I'm trying to like weigh Siege
I kinda
against him.
agree.
But he's
It's
like he's 100% above Sentinel, but it's also like the fact that they're in the same tier is wrong.
I don't
But I
think. Look,
I
I
think
don't.
B is fine for Siege. It's okay.
The thing with Siege is I don't really like him and I don't hate him. That's the thing is he doesn't have negative
Yeah,
qualities
that's
either. He just doesn't have any positive. He's just kind of like
He's kind of
a
there.
neutral. He's just a void.
Yeah.
He drives
He's
the
a
plot
void of
that is-
character.
Opposite in his place, and it would be the same thing.
Yeah, that's true. All right, we got solid B tier for Siege. Let's go to Onslaught.
Is the Onslaught also B because
No,
they
Onslaught has some
occupy
character.
like the same
He
role?
has a little bit more character. I think A or
I'd say
C.
A.
I would say
Or-
Onslaught does typically
Or
have
S.
solo like escapades that are more interesting.
He's
Yeah.
kind of a gunslinger mentality, you know. I like that.
Yeah.
I think
Like,
A is
he's got
good,
a good formulated character, I think.
I think
So
there are
A
more
tier, yeah.
moments where he
it's
can
not-
shine.
That's the thing is it's Siege and Onslaught are very one note, but I think Onslaught has like an upper hand because he has that like he does a lot of like planning and he's like guns blazing and like he's taking risks and stuff, which I think is good.
There are plot points specifically like designated for him that make him stand
Yeah.
out as a better character. I think
Yeah,
I agree.
That's true.
each just
All he
literally
needs
does
is
nothing.
some backstory and he's gonna be S tier.
If there's someone going into the fight head on, not giving a single care about anything, it's gonna be this man. He don't
Yeah.
care if he dies.
Yeah.
His
He'll
literal
one-handed,
Throws
personality,
himself in the
two-handed
enemy.
his
carbine.
personality trait is literally just being brutal. That's all he is.
He's
Yeah.
just war crimes the guy.
Yeah, remember the line where he says, "I
War
don't
crime
think
man.
so," and just kills the dude? He
Yeah,
just
literally
slaps
just
him.
OSHA violations, like Geneva
I don't think
Convention.
so.
The clone army has already risen.
It's
I don't think
it's
so.
like it's just a
Yeah,
He
general
literally
statement. Like it's not
murdered.
even just like it's not even like a proud statement. It's just like I really don't think like he
He
just
just
doesn't think
wasn't
so.
listening to him, and he wanted to kill him.
The clone's stating a fact, and he just disagrees with him.
No.
Just disagree. Yeah,
Nope.
it's a very good kind of wild character, you know.
Yeah.
Bro, this guy.
This
What's
guy.
up with him?
Look,
Well,
See?
C is generous, I would say, but
he doesn't do anything except make funny lines. He's unintentional comic relief.
yeah. I guess he's fine, yeah.
Are
I
you
don't
guys
think
He's
I don't
a
thinking?
know.
Jar Jar. He's a Jar Jar.
I
A
feel like
better
he's
Jar Jar,
B.
I think.
Makes sense to me. I
Yeah,
don't
guess
think
C
it's
is
any
fine.
higher than
C
C.
is fine because he's like, depending on how you see it, he could be a bad character too, but he also has funny things that happen, so I don't know.
He's
It's not
literally
Sentinel.
comic relief. Should he be
He
in
really-
the same category as Sentinel?
Really,
I'm
the only
noticing
thing
a
he
trend here.
the only thing he contributes is comic relief. So depending on how you value that for the movie, that's where you place him. But
Hmm.
I think C's fine.
He did get poisoned that one time.
Yeah, he almost died.
Well, yeah, that's just he
But
doesn't
he
do
was
anything
kind of
except
like,
be a liability.
he wasn't really too excited
Remember,
about
he was
that. He was just
handcuffed
like,
the one time,
no.
right?
He was the only reason we went to the Delta base.
Yeah, we risked our lives
Well.
to save him.
And
He
they get out
was for a
himself.
C tier.
And he was
At
just like
best.
sitting there, like he could have literally just went and grabbed his gun and
I know, bro. He knew where it was.
it's well they probably like beat him down mentally to where like he didn't think he could do it, you know, like he was incapable of mentally
Why
making
his
himself
tone
do
was
it.
so stale.
I
Hunter
know,
doesn't
bro.
seem like he
Help
can be
me.
shaken.
Help me!
Please.
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah, what
That's a
is this?
great line.
And then like 5 seconds later he's like okay again.
I was like, help me, please. How are you?
Help.
Hello.
Oh hi.
Yeah, and then they meet lockdown, and they have like a weird side conversation where they're just like, "Hello, hey, how are you doing?" After you just got released from prison,
Yeah.
he's a
It's a
prisoner of
casual
war.
thing to do.
You'd think he'd question why a clone would be helping him, but
Yeah.
didn't seem too bothered by it. Alright, Officer Chairman.
Hey, S
Oh
tier,
man, S tier dude.
He
Essentially
made
S
the
tier, yeah.
He had
movie.
an arc. He actually had an
He
arc.
I
did
think he's
have a-
below lockdown because he's not as significant to the overall story, but he's S tier nonetheless.
Yeah.
I agree.
Crazy.
His death scene is tragic.
Crazy how he could like the scene where he's running through the halls and stuff, like that's awesome,
I
man.
know, bro. They were like coming after him and stuff.
Yeah, and then he
Yeah.
blocks the door with the chair, but it's like the wrong way, so they could have just still opened the door. But it's like a good
Good
like,
intentions.
good idea.
Good intention. It was
Yeah.
all a mind game. He knew it was a pull door. He just put it there, so they thought it was push.
He's so smart,
Yeah,
bro.
true.
It's all making sense now.
It's
Yes.
wild.
Officer Chairman, good man, good man. Sacrificed himself.
Yeah, for the greater good.
And if you think about it that way, we're kind of like psychos who just go places and
Yeah.
cause death, but it's fine.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
forced this
he
guy
has
to
to.
do
threw his life
suicide
away
in a
for no
way.
reason.
War's war.
He was forced to sacrifice his life
Yeah, he
for the
You have no
random
choice.
blew
people.
up the whole building, and he didn't even kill any of the main villainous alliance people.
Yeah,
But then
all
he crippled Los Alliance for the original movie, so he did
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
He did okay. Yeah, to be fair, there were like so many other villainous alliance members that he probably did kill because there were only a few in the main movies.
Yeah, that is true.
It's
Oh,
like
that's
Star Wars: The
true.
Old Republic with all the Sith,
Boom.
and then like when we get to like the main
Oh.
movies, there's only like one Sith.
Yeah,
This is
so
so
he
true.
crippled them. He did his part.
Officer Chairman literally executed Order 66 on the Villainous Alliance.
Yeah, he was.
Right.
He. It's actually honestly a really epic moment when you think about it.
I know.
Yeah.
Think about how
We would
many
have been.
Villainous Alliance people could be in like episode 4, 5, and 6 if like Officer Chairman didn't do that.
The Solutionators were going to like. We're on the brink of like losing all their members, and he like single-handedly saved all of that.
He dealt a crippling
What a
blow
guy.
to the Ghost Alliance while saving the Solutionators.
This guy's
Yeah,
OP.
I'd say that's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Devora.
D tier. What
This
did
is
she
like
do?
Sentinel tier.
He has
Yeah,
the
this is
suiting up
Sentinel
scene.
tier. Anyone who was in the prequel movies and only
No,
in the
they're better
prequel
than
movies
Sentinel.
are D tier.
I think they had like a couple more lines than Sentinel,
Yeah.
and they were
They
in that
survived
"We
to the
Will
next
Rock
movie.
You" video.
Yeah, they did survive to. She did survive to the next movie, so yeah, I think
Yeah,
top
her
tier
death scene
D
was
tier is
like
where it's at.
her death scene
Very
was very
bad.
unceremonious.
Very bad.
Was it in the
Yeah.
gym?
It was in the gym, yeah. She just
Yeah.
flopped over and died.
We were just like, oh, she's dead.
No
Dang.
way.
I mean, like, how else are you supposed to react to that kind of that death, bro?
Yeah.
You know what's more sad is was it Evan's character? Like he plays a Solutionator, right? In
Yeah.
pre-episode 1 that dies. He's like screaming for help, and we don't
Yeah,
even
I
turn back
screamed for
at
help
all.
because I was being abandoned and bleeding out and left behind to die.
We don't even turn, dude. We don't even like acknowledge him, bro.
Was
You
that
know,
Pounder, bro?
yeah, this is
Yeah,
Pounder.
Pounder.
I love that I'm Pounder, bro. That's so fitting for
Hot
me, the
take.
Pounder.
This man should not have survived pre-episode part 1. This
Bro,
man
yeah.
should have
Yes.
survived.
Dude,
No,
but my
no.
death scene as
Listen,
Pounder was
He
important.
had
Imagine how much would have changed if, because he would actually be there for the filming.
Yeah.
Like we'd have another Solutionator present in the film. Like the only reason Sentinel died was because he kind of had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't really keep him within 50 meters of
Yeah.
viewing distance.
Sentinel is just like, man, what's going on with that guy? What's his
No.
deal? We'll never know because he's such a boring jack of all trades, garbage piece of work.
By his own
it's
description.
like putting a skill point into
Hey.
everything and not diversifying your RPG character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, he comes in handy in the most desperate of situations, bro.
Right, like with
Like
he's like a
lunch.
lifeline
He's-
when you're
yeah.
on their last tattered end, and we
You
just
know-
need another body to throw at them.
He was good cannon fodder, I guess.
That's why we put him on lookout, bro.
Yeah, like he kind of alerted us that they were all there. Like once he was dead, we're like, oh, okay, they're here.
They're there.
I
They're
know.
there.
It wasn't even his doing that caused us to know that they were there. He just died. And we're like, oh wow, we happened to hear that. That's good.
Yeah.
Man failed at his one job. Alright. Soundwave.
All
Sound
right.
wave.
Is he still alive?
Tier-
We don't know.
We
Yeah,
did
that
know.
was.
He's still on.
We just gave up on that plot line.
Well, yeah, and we gave up.
He's still alive because of that
End
one
of Cold
scene.
War had all those villains that were introduced. So we never did anything with them. To be fair.
Yeah. We did
Um,
that time, I
Is
guess.
Soundnoid supposed to be a villain or something? I think we. I
think
remember
it
us
was
talking about
B.
Soundnoid going in the sequels.
Yeah.
I remember his role, but I remember we wanted to put him back in the sequels.
Yeah.
He's
I
better.
think A tier. A tier. He's not the best character, but he has
If we-
enough character.
What about High V? You
If
think High
we-
V work?
High B.
If we-
I think High B is good.
If we brought him back, like he had a good arc and everything.
Potential.
But if we brought him back, he would definitely be A tier, I think. But
Never
as
realized,
far as
though.
we know,
What
like
is his
Yeah.
he was just. I mean,
well,
well, I'm
Doesn't really
saying
have an arc.
comparatively.
He's just kind of.
let me
His arc
tell you.
could be.
If you look at Devora and the other Solutionators in that film,
Don't
they're
even
just
say
kind
the
of
thing,
like Sentinel.
Right,
They were just they were just kind of there, but Lockdown had like his own kind of unique presence, I guess, and the end credits scene. So
Yeah.
I think it
I mean,
brought
you have to face
another layer of
two them.
intrigue.
Two main villainous line. Has any other hero done that before? Face two main villainous lines characters on a 2v1.
Yeah, and he had a
Never
cool
seen
all
power
while
it.
too.
listening to music or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he was. Actually, has that ever happened? A 2v1?
I don't.
Uh,
Villainous
I
I
Alliance.
think
don't
he's
know.
the only character that's gotten a 2v1.
that's
And he
crazy.
survived.
Well,
He
there's been a
lost, but he
couple where
survived.
there's a Villainous Alliance member and a clone, but I don't know if that counts.
Doesn't count
Yeah,
for other
no.
work.
That
Two main
doesn't
Villainous
count.
Alliance characters.
It's
Doesn't
usually like
count.
a 2v2.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was pretty cool.
Yeah.
His power was cool too, like the props and everything. Somehow, even though he's only in one movie, he still feels more like he had an impact than
Five.
I did in any of these
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah. That spin move
So
where he like whipped around and started shooting, that was fire, bro. That was like an
yeah.
amazing part of that movie. That
Hmm.
fight scene was pretty dope. Except for me like hiding behind a twig, but other than that, it was good.
All right, here's my guy. Dude, there's
This
so much
guy.
potential. This guy needs a prequel story of his
Resurrecting
own to
potential.
justify his
C
over
tier.
dramatized death.
We need a
C
prequel of the
tier.
prequel.
His
What'd you say?
name's Pounder, bro. That's so sick. His name's Pounder.
And sound waves only in B. If he gets above C, sound needs to be moved.
No, how about we put him in B? Low B.
No, no,
No,
no. At least
C.
low B or high C because
Low.
he
High
his
C. High C.
He's
his
got
death is.
separation
I feel
between these
bad
two
for
guys
him. You
through
know.
Stalker, so
I love Pounder. He's my guy. I wish he survived. Free Pounder 2022.
Hey, people have come back in the past, so
They
What
They
if
could.
instead of Soundwave we just bring back Pounder?
Bring back
No.
both.
they'll
And
never
they're like,
remember.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're like a dynamic duo now. They'll bring it
No,
back.
yeah, that's just about to say. They're a dynamic duo now. They
They're a
both
married
survived the
couple now.
battle.
See?
Yeah, that is true.
Yo, that's actually cool. They could be like Outcast, like a guerrilla warfare duo. You know,
Yeah, we're
like
That's where
monkeys
the rogue
now.
militia comes in, bro.
Or monkey.
On the
yeah,
website.
yeah, yeah.
Right. This is
Website org.
all perfect. We're workshopping. We're workshopping.
Someday sequels are gonna happen. Someday. It might
And
be
Pounder's
30,
gonna
Someday.
be
but
in
it's
him,
gonna
bro.
happen.
We're gonna come back.
I'm
Put them together
Yes.
for college.
Barrage.
Yes, sir. D tier, maybe.
D tier. Who?
But
Who?
where?
Exactly. D tier.
Well, above Sentinel, right? We know that. I would have put maybe
No.
he's high D. Maybe he's
No.
the highest D.
I do like him
I.
better
No,
than
he's
Bivor.
not.
He did go out
Hold on.
shooting. He fought
He
darkness
did.
kind of all by
It's true.
himself.
He did have a good death. He had an actually ceremonial death. I will
He's got
give him that.
flag
I think he
shades
was
on too,
smiling
you
when he
know.
died, so he was a
Yeah.
happy warrior.
He accepted death. He was welcoming the warm
Valhalla.
embrace to fall.
Yeah, he was. I don't really remember much he did other than that, and at least
Yeah,
it's
he
No, I
said
something I
didn't.
remembered.
I don't think he
He
did
didn't do
much
anything. He
else,
just
bro.
died. He died cool.
You're not misremembered.
Yeah,
His plot point was his death.
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of characters.
That's just, yeah.
A lot of dude. Imagine the amount of
Just big
villains
scene.
that was their plot point, bro. Like
Yeah.
Grenade Gary. Remember him? Rest in peace.
Oh, Gary, what?
He was
Yeah,
one of
what
my
if
Villainous Alliance creations for the
Really?
prequel part two.
I
Yeah,
think it's the unofficial name?
he was the only one I named.
Oh wait, you talking about the clone, the side clone?
No, it was in
Oh.
part two, prequel part
Okay.
two, with all the unique customized guys, and it was the only one I
Yeah.
named. It was funny.
Bro,
Mhm.
sad clone from Pre 3 should be on here.
True. He'd be S tier.
They
Facts.
would.
Alright. Well, that's all the Solutionators, so now it's time for the big baddies.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, dude,
C
this
tier.
guy's S tier.
Sorry, S tier. I keep
love
saying that
darkness,
wrong.
bro.
S tier.
S
This
tier.
man is good.
He had his own
but,
music
like,
video.
he's present because of other people's actions.
Yeah,
So
and
he
he's
Oh,
does
yeah.
deserve S
He's their
tier.
daddy.
Well, like, okay, here's the
You agree with me, right?
justification.
That's how you would put it into words, right?
Daddy
Darkness
darkness.
darkness exists in its own plane. So, when the Villainous Alliance calls upon him, like he's doing them a favor, right? Like he
They were
can't really
God.
exist in this plane. So it's not like he's just not there, right? He's just like, okay, they did the ritual to summon him,
Yeah,
so
they
now he's gonna
manifested
wreak
him.
havoc, right? Right. And he he
Yeah.
made Earth winter and then not winter again. So that's
And
pretty
he
cool.
teleported and closed that door.
He did close
Also,
that
my
door.
voice acting, top tier.
Facts, bro.
Iconic. My voice started to fall apart by the end of the series, but it's fine. I can't do it anymore, so it's kind of eternal in a way. It's
Uh-oh.
like
Yeah.
I can no longer do darkness voice. So
I
it's
can
like this.
do.
It's this.
To
We
be
It's
should have
this
fair,
mon.
recorded you, bro, saying like every word.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It's
Put you in
like
a
it's a
GPS
relic of
system,
the
man.
past, and we will never again experience the voice as we did then.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like
true. That's
it's
deep.
like his actor passed away. It's
It's a
Yeah.
It
relic.
is.
like... So I'm thinking high A or low S. What are we thinking?
Honestly,
Yeah. I don't know.
mid
Let's.
S.
I'd say
Mid S. All
Yeah.
right.
He gets his own
Whatever.
music video.
okay.
Come on.
Yeah,
That is
I
true.
forgot about that. That was fire.
I agree.
All right, respectable. Leader of the clone army.
G
Uh,
tier. Who,
Craven.
who cares?
I feel bad for
I
all
like
his characters.
Craven.
We're dogging on all of his characters.
It's not our
Craven's
fault
his
I'm
that he
best
going.
brings no
bro.
energy
I'm
to
going
them.
B.
Craven's his
Yeah.
best bro.
Yeah,
We'll
low
give him
B.
I think high C tier. I don't think he belongs in B tier. I think high C.
I think
put
so
him
too
below
because
Pounder, bro.
he was technically like the main villain, but like he didn't feel like the main villain.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
kind
he
of
did
just.
feel kind of empty and not present.
He's like in every action movie that side character from the main baddie of the movie. I think that's what he
Yeah.
felt like, even though he's supposed to be the main bad, the
He was
creator.
the reason darkness needed to exist, bro. Because we needed some energy for the antagonists.
So I
Yeah.
think high C.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see. But look at him, bro. He looks so happy.
It's his greatest
Happy man.
role.
The man himself.
Trance, the guy
Oh.
with
Rance.
many voices, the man of many identities.
I think
Maybe
just
that
for
should have been a
his.
plot point.
My
Hey,
justification is that he has multiple personality disorder.
Yeah, we should have written this in.
hey,
High
He
A.
was like
yes,
British
I
Highest
think
of
at
that's
one
good.
A.
point. Yeah, I just like him because he's a bit goofy, you
Like
know.
it feels like a Loki character. He's a schemer. He's an illusionist.
Yeah, he's got character, you know? He's got a
Yeah.
personality.
You let me hit because I'm goofy kind of guy, right? That's
I,
just fair.
Yeah.
I'm
He's just a silly boy.
uncomfortable about this. I
Oh
don't
no.
like this. I feel like this man is a little bit more developed
You
and a
prefer to
villain
darkness,
than this
really?
man. Yes.
You do.
But here's the thing: Darkness is such an icon. We literally no other character
Yeah.
has daddy in front of their name.
What does Trance bring into the table? I want to hear this because I think he deserves a high position. I just can't elaborate
Well,
upon it.
you know Starscream in Transformers?
Yeah,
He's
man.
like that.
Yeah.
He's
He's
basically Starscream.
he's not the leader, but he's basically is the leader. He thinks of himself as the leader, and he's trying to undermine Craven. I mean,
And
he
he's
doesn't really.
British.
That's true.
Yeah.
He doesn't really show it. We don't really have any showing of that, but like you can kind of get that vibe from
That's
him. Like,
fair.
he feels
He's
I
a
like
think
he
it's
true
should.
villain.
sensible.
A true villain
He's
doesn't
a
hold
true
any
villain.
allegiances, you know, but he works under people to his own advantage
Yeah,
if
this is
it
good.
has to be done. And I think, you know, that's pretty good. It's stereotypical, but it's a good characterization nonetheless, I think.
I feel
I
like
don't know.
he's the Vader and he's the Palpatine.
Right.
Hmm.
You
Yeah,
know, Vader was way more fleshed out than Palpatine, at least in the original
Yeah,
trilogy.
and he was
disregarding the
bald.
prequels, this man,
Yeah.
he's like he's actually going out and doing the dirty work. Like
Hmm.
he's making moves in the ranks or whatever. He's like more involved with the actual like the clones and stuff. This guy, he's just kind of like he's the symbol.
He's like the Emperor of Japan.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
That is
I'm right.
Okay. Interesting comparison.
I'll
No,
believe
I'm
you.
right.
Okay.
'Cause-
Fair enough.
and Trance is the military general in the yeah. This is correct.
We'll leave it
He's
as
Henry
as
Yamamoto.
is for now.
Yeah, we'll
This is
debate it
good.
more later.
But we can't have. We have to have only 3 people in S tier. I think that's good. We can't just give
Really?
everyone a bunch of praise. I think 3 people in S
Well,
tier
are
is where we
any of
draw the
these
line.
following people S tier? That's the question.
I think this guy is definitely S tier. Dr. Brains is definitely up there.
Dr. Brains.
Yeah.
Where is Dr. Brains at, my boys?
Is he like he's like a B tier
Just
villain, right?
no, I think he's just behind Trant.
If
I think
so,
they're a dynamic
Whoa.
duo.
if we're gonna stick with Star Wars comparisons, I'd say Trance serves the same purpose as Vader, but Dr. Brains has the
It's
character of
Vader.
Vader,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
He's like he goes. It's similar to how Siege or Onslaught is. He's like the villain equivalent. I mean,
Hmm.
you know,
Interesting.
but
Dude,
he's kind
weird.
of
Why is that?
Why that is.
Explain it.
he's
Odd.
he's kind of like the Inquisitor for the villainous alliance.
That is true.
You know,
I don't know
There's
why
your
my
Star Wars
characters always
reference.
go for swords and rifles. Like, who holds a rifle when they're going for
It's
swords?
a sophisticated form of combat.
Like, it was
Yeah.
so uncomfortable. I could have made it so much easier on myself with just like a pistol or something, but
To
no.
me, he's like B tier, but maybe I'm wrong.
I
I
think
think
He has
he's
some iconic scenes.
he's
Honestly.
at the least he's
No,
low A. I think
okay.
he's
Yeah, I
he's got
think
really
he's
good
low
fight
A.
I feel
scenes.
like he's
Oh,
higher
he
than this
does.
guy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
He's got really good fight scenes. I think that's his best trait is, fight scenes.
A tier is stacked right now.
Yeah.
Snip.
Oh, sniff.
Oh,
Alright.
C tier.
C
C
tier?
tier. I think he's just in the background and barely comes out, shoots, and then like he doesn't have an
He's
arc.
edgy, dude.
He is.
Well, I don't think he needs an arc. He just needs to be there to be like the rogue villainous alliance member who like just guns whenever they need some guns on the field. They throw him out there, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't he
I think he's
intelligent at some point? I think he's intelligence. Like that was his thing. Is pointing
Oh,
out
yeah.
because like his first scene was him telling them where they're at.
Hmm.
he's
yeah,
supposed to be like an
maybe
assassin.
His end
You
credits
know?
scene was fire. That was a classic
I
scene.
think he's
Which one?
iconic. Like the helmet and everything.
Clone Wars. I mean, War of the Clones, right?
Yeah, where are the clones on the bridge?
What about the no disintegrations one?
Oh yeah.
You have to consider
Also Clone Wars esque.
that with a series basically with no characterization, you have to consider like the props that are used on the characters, right? And this guy has the crazy rifle, the crazy helmet and everything.
The helmet really sells it. Yeah.
When you have that kind of stuff, it stands out. And I think so
I
he at
think high
least
B tier.
deserves high
High B tier.
B.
Yeah, I agree.
That's fair.
Barking Beast.
Yeah.
The man,
guy's
the
great.
myth, the legend.
Another voice I can't do.
Bottom A tier.
What?
Here's the thing.
Yeah, hear him out.
He doesn't have much character development, but he is one of the most creative ones.
Tell
But
him.
I don't think he has the character. And he's that memorable just
He's
because
got
in the first
all the
one.
character, bro. That's his only thing he's bringing to the table.
He's a reverse
What character does he
werewolf, man.
have?
Facts. He's a dog, bro.
His only thing is turning into a dog. Like
He's the
He
dog
got
that
clapped
turns
by
into a
crazy, huh?
tall boy.
Alright, think about this. Think about this. This man, a highly trained wolf man of the Villainous Alliance, gets absolutely clapped by a clone. Lockdown destroys this man.
Yeah, he's a dog.
It's animal abuse.
He really isn't bringing a
that was
lot.
his big
except for
plan.
his voice.
Getting pet PETA on him. That was his big plan.
He's
Yeah, this is
Wait.
fine.
Didn't I play Barking Beast in the prequel, the first prequel movie?
I think that was.
Because I was one.
Really?
I think because I was the one grunting a lot, and then Darkness got.
You played Barking Beast's
Oh.
friend, and you died.
Oh,
and
that's
and
okay.
Nathan came over as Barking Beast. He's like, Barking Beast
Oh,
will
yeah.
have his revenge.
Oh yeah, that set up the character. That was his one
Yeah,
plot line.
That's literally
Just
the
kidding.
title of the first movie.
and then he failed.
Dude, OG Barking Beast movie, the like short one,
The
is
story is only tragedy.
iconic. It's such a bizarre and uncanny film. The very first.
And then they
Is it
brought him
fire?
back, bro. They brought him back.
It's
For
just strategy for him to bring it back and then lose again.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
They could have brought
Brought
that's
back
a
back like
common
a
anybody
theme.
else.
Victorian love chair.
Yeah. But Barking Beast, he's there, all right.
Yeah, he's there.
All right. Last but
Another
not
classic
least,
role coming up. Uh,
X7,
oh no, they're coming.
X7,
Is
man.
the
hit so
superior
hard.
clone.
I've never I've never hit worse of a line than "Oh no, they're coming." That might be the worst in the series from anyone.
Oh no, they're coming.
No, it was worse than that. It was you
It was so
tried too hard.
monotone.
There's too much effort in that.
Yeah, it's like
It
you have
sounds
to
like
almost
you're
put more
dead.
effort into do no effort there.
Yeah.
I think mid. I think just. I don't know. I don't know.
I hate to do Star Wars comparisons again, but this guy's like Captain
Bro.
Phasma.
That's true.
Put him
That's true.
below. Wait, put him right below Barking Beast.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Well, even
In
I
though
think
front
he's
of
actually
Craven.
better. I
Yeah.
think he's better, dude.
I
I don't
think
know
he's
about
Ooh.
that.
top D tier. Top D tier
No
or
way he's D tier. Put him below Pounder first of all.
yeah, Pounder.
But
No,
Yeah, put him
bro.
below Pounder.
Pounder did nothing. Barrage did
yeah,
more
that's
than
He
Pounder.
died though. He died and it was sad and I feel bad.
yeah.
Well,
That I think this is low C tier is fine.
I do feel kind of
Yeah.
bad because 3 of Evan's
I don't know.
guys are in C.
Dude, my rolls are
If
whack. I don't
he
think he's
was
D tier, but it's definitely not anywhere above C tier.
Evan's strong suit was as a support character and a cameraman, so that's to be
Except for
fair.
Darkness, which was my all-time.
Yeah.
His
That was his
magnum opus.
breakthrough role. That was his breakout role. This
Yep,
darkness.
that is true.
Yeah. No one else could have played Darkness.
No one else could have played Barking Beast, man. No one else
I
can
cannot
anymore.
see
I can't
Barking
do
Beast with
either of
anyone
their
else.
voices.
I feel like we need to move someone to B and free up
Like
C.
move him up.
Barking Beast.
Yeah.
Barking Beast. He's really shilling out for
I
that.
feel like it's either one of these two.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Which
thinking
one
it
is
might
I
be
have the
Barking
I
Beast.
think Barking Beast deserves B.
Yeah.
To
Oh
me,
yeah.
it does start with it's BB, so
Yeah,
it's
true.
only
And he
fits.
was the original.
Yeah, he was
If
the
there
original
was
villain.
The
if there's
dog is
one
the original,
change
really.
that I would make to this list is I have the unpopular opinion that X7 belongs in B tier above Barking
No
Beast.
shot.
No,
No shot.
he does not.
Barking Beast
Explain.
at least has
Explain.
charm.
I so I think he works really well as a one movie character. Like a lot of times in film series there will be an overarching plot, but like there will be like a new person introduced, but just for that movie. And I think he works well as like a one note um, antagonizing force for the Solutionators. I think that movie would not have been complete without X7
I do
or
feel
a type
like,
of X7.
yeah.
Well, in
He's
the
like
story,
Alva
he's just a
Killer.
better
Big part of
clone.
it.
Like he's not that.
Yeah, and I think that's a good concept though, because like there's clones, but then like okay, it's like when the droid echoes roll out, not to go
Yeah.
back to Star Wars again.
Bro, come on.
I'm suspecting something here.
It's not actually the
There's-
Clone Wars.
there's a lot of
Trust us.
comparisons. We were heavily influenced.
Heavily.
Yeah. So
Um,
yeah, I feel like Barking Beast is slightly more fleshed out than. Well, I
He's got
mean,
more charm.
he is more fleshed out than X7, but I
he
do see
is.
what you're talking about with X7 being a big part of the fifth movie. I mean, like he did come into that fight with like what was it, like Siege and Doctor Brains, and
Yeah.
I mean he was a big part of that fight, and like he attended the summoning of darkness, so I
Yeah.
feel like that does put
Yeah.
him up there a little bit.
Came into that line delivery with binoculars. Even crazier, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So do we agree
So much
that
passion.
Lockdown is the best Solutionator character?
I guess so. I never even thought about it, but it kind of is actually in a character.
He's a character. He's got a backstory.
Yeah, he checks all the boxes.
He was
Yeah.
even teased in episode 2.
Oh yeah, when we.
Kind of. I don't know
Yeah.
how they knew about a rebellion and didn't do anything about it, but they knew about it, and Solutionators heard about it.
Yeah, I think he was really iconic for the movie. Again, like it's something that where the movie could not have been that movie without that character at all.
Yeah.
And I think I think for that, like that's a good choice. But I think Officer Chairman's my personal favorite.
Yeah.
No. How
So
dare you?
I agree with this take. It'd
No,
have to take
wait,
into account.
no.
I
What's
agree.
going on here?
We need to give Camden something, and I think this is the right choice.
I don't know, man. We gave
This
him.
character is set to something we're giving him.
Hey, we gave him bottom of C. Is that good enough?
Yeah, I think
And
Bottom of
Craven.
C was good.
Craven's top of C. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
like
I
that's
forgot
pretty
about
good.
Well,
Everyone always forgets
I feel
about
like
Craven.
he's there by default.
that.
He
Homer
was
couldn't
meant
get
to
above
play
C.
C tier villain.
That's sad.
If Craven is one level lower in the hierarchy of villains, he's not making C tier, bro. He's
Yeah. I feel like Jake has the highest average of characters. I think he also has the
He
most
definitely does.
characters, but he also has the most quantity and quality for what he has, which
dang
is impressive.
In
home
in
run.
in Ty's favor though,
I
he's
want my
stacked in
Tony.
A tier,
Yeah.
but
It's nice.
Jake has two in S tier, so I think that he probably, if we average them, he probably has the highest.
Ev's like mid, leaning down.
I almost had three
Mid.
C tiers, bro.
Just say mid.
He's in the bottom 50%.
And
Darkness
C
does
the
him
just
you
some
kind of
tried.
favors,
average
but
in mid
He's the you
tier.
tried character.
Without darkness, man, I would have a rough career.
Facts. Who
mid tier
decided?
actor.
Who decided that like you were gonna be darkness? It was probably just like out of the necessity because we didn't have anyone else to play him.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
It's like
sure that's
it didn't
why.
really fit because you're the shortest, like the least intimidating posture, like just and had the highest voice.
Yeah, get him, get him.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
No, my voice was impeccable.
I wouldn't
Just
call
made for that
episode
role.
5 voice impeccable, but episodes.
It's okay. The voice acting's just above 50-year smoking voice, I
yeah.
think.
I think it's a lot of Evan's characters were like, well, we're all playing the main characters, so someone has to do the villain, right? And
Yep.
Yeah, I played the comical, weird, ridiculous characters that we just needed for villains.
Yep.
Good,
I mean,
good.
a lot of it's because we couldn't get Camden to come to the darn filming, so we had to get Evan to do it.
Solutionator
And thank
sickness.
God, because we would have had Sentinel as a villain, bro. You're lucky to have
No,
me.
actually, I remember now. I'm pretty sure Camden was supposed to be Darkness, like that. We planned that out, and then he didn't come to
That was
episode 5.
actually true.
That is
And this
true.
is I literally saved the series.
You
Yep.
did. That's true.
Yep. We
You
were
did bounce
waiting
back.
outside, and we're getting word that he was not coming. And we were like,
Yeah,
whoa.
it's
Interesting.
a common story.
Maybe a happy accident, really.
Happy.
Turned out to be my only good
It
role.
was fate.
Yeah,
It was fate.
imagine what the series would look like if Camden was always there. That would have been crazy.
B tier would be a lot more populated.
I feel bad, but
I know.
man, imagine if he was darkness, dude. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Imagine, dude, if he was
I think
Darkness,
it's
the series would be
realistic.
garbage. I'm not gonna
We
lie.
wouldn't have
realistic
been as many films.
It
We
would have
would have
been a
stopped.
pretty. Everyone would have been mid.
He's gonna. Hopefully, he doesn't see this video.
Oh my god. Yeah,
This is
Evan
just
really
Camden
came through
slander.
with the darkness. Really brought it home.
This will pop up in
To
his
be fair,
YouTube
I did
feed.
also criticize
We could have
Darkness.
got
So.
the man Sentinel as the lead antagonist.
It's gotta be the
This
first thing in the video is Sentinel going to D.
this will pop up in his YouTube feed, and he'll like we won't have told him about it, and he'll be like, "Oh, what's this?" And it's the whole video is us just roasting everything he's ever done.
I know, bro. I
The
feel
entirety
bad.
of this character tier list revolves around degrading his characters. Really, he is the
His characters just push all
waterline
the
for
other
bad
characters up.
character. We used his characters as a baseline for
Yeah.
like bad
He's
characters.
he's the rails that keeps all the other characters going.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you think this is bad?
Look at Sentinel, bro.
Yeah.
Look at that
Yeah.
stance.
The perfect cop out.
Oh man. Well, I think there you have it. The perfect, impeccable Solutionator character tier list. I see no
Mhm.
problems with this.
That's
Can't get much better than this.
it really can't.
Except for Sentinel, but
Try a little more.
Can we put an F tier real quick?
yeah,
Oh,
you need an F tier just for Sentinel. Real quick.
Sentinel tier, Sentinel tier. Yes.
he stays off the list. It would be unfair to put the other characters near him.
As
Just
a
like
as a
get like a stock image of a mask and just put it between the two other characters.
Yeah.
Bora has some space now.
as a more positive conclusion, I'd like to add that the main thing I see as a common feature for a good character in Solutionators is that they actually have a personality.
I was gonna say being a human
Believe it or
being.
not, that is important when developing a character.
That is true.
um, yeah, I mean, but in like a specific way, I guess, because they stand out, I guess, from the others, and they aren't just kind of like there for the ride.
Yeah.
You got your filler characters, and you got you got your plot drivers, and then you got your guys that are
Yeah.
there to really amplify the experience. You
And then you got Sentinel.
know.
And to be fair, except for
I'm not done
Sentinel,
with that guy.
everyone else, even if they're D tier, they held importance to the plot, and you know
Do you hear that?
they all have their they all have their
Oh.
value.
Did this guy? Did this?
You know,
Did they
at
contribute?
least they provide
A little
any
bit.
morsel of substance to the film, as opposed to that jack of all trades, master of none, scumbag. Who
Yeah.
would? Yeah, you know, tell him, bro. Keep spitting.
The
Yep,
Solutionators would not be the Solutionators without these characters, I guess.
correct.
That's why Sentinel's not on the tier list.
I feel like you really like Sentinel Man.
Did he?
Someone-
Who hurt you? Who hurt you, man?
Sentinel, dude.
Dude, one of our fans is gonna
He
see this, and it's
survived.
gonna be our favorite, their favorite character, and they're gonna be so sad.
I know, bro.
Oh,
Are like 2 fans that watch it because the other 20 views
Yeah.
are just us.
Yes, 2 fans.
they've been waiting for so long.
The other 2 are just our
They're
old
finally
accounts.
getting.
Waiting for a morsel
Content
of
again.
content.
Dude, the algorithm's not really pushing our videos anymore, so we just stopped making them, and it's just I'm just
Anymore.
going through a mental burnout.
Yep.
For a while there, we were getting
Supplemental brings back.
sponsors. And
If we
Yeah,
consistently
We're
uploaded,
getting demonetized.
if we consistently uploaded, we would be. I feel like we would draw in viewers.
We would.
right, man.
Our dynamic, I think we would.
We would get roasted, but
Yeah, absolutely, just destroyed. But
It's okay. We take pride in our work.
yeah, it's in the fun. Yeah, we take pride in this. I show all my friends group this. This is pride.
We've
Yeah.
analyzed this to its like fullest extent at this point.
All right. Well, I'd say that's a pretty good tier list.